So this
Stop,
customer
don't sign
actually
or
asked
say
me to
yes
tell
yet. The one.
my TikTok followers and them
Mistake
this. And I don't know
everyone.
how I go in and
Mix,
tell them because
you'll regret
it's so
this later.
sad and this has never happened to me before in all my life selling cars. So they came in to buy a vehicle. The husband waiting for this vehicle for a while now. So I remember sending them a whole set of messages, telling them when the vehicle come in. I was real keeping them up to date, right? It was really cool. Finally, the vehicle reached. They came in, they collected it. It was such a fun day. We took so much pictures. Girl, you wouldn't believe a couple months after, like about 3 months or so, the customer called me late at night. She said, Candace, I said, yes, baby, what happened? Everything all right? I thinking something wrong. She said, girl, my husband just passed away.
What?
I said, what do you mean, passed away? What happened? She told me what happened. Lo and behold, not expecting. I said, well, and the vehicle, and he took out an insurance on the loan, right? And she said, yes, I believe he did. I said, well, call the loans officer one time next week. My girl really did call the loans officer. She organized all the documents and she carried it in for the loans officer. She did the death certificate, everything. You know, I mean, I give her one to cry. Give the loans officer the death certificate, everything. The loans officer say, all right, everything okay. So she's thinking, well, all right, Candace, everything all right. We even talked about it after. And she said, well, it looked like the insurance, the car loan was actually covered.
Right.
So I don't think I have to pay anything. I think I get the car. I said, well, oh God, God is good. I said, because I know you really need this, because he was the sole bread earner, eh? So you really need this car for the family. So I'm happy. You wouldn't believe, Charlene. What? Last week she called me? Candace, you believe the bank sent people and them to come and repossess the car?
What?
That's what I mean, repossess the vehicle. She said apparently there was a fine print that stated the insurance for the loan would only become valid after a year of the customer paying the loan.
What?
So if you die within the first year of you taking out the loan, you're not covered.
That is insane.
So how come they didn't tell her that? So how I go in and tell my TikTok followers this now? That you now have to read the fine print. And you now have to make sure that nothing happens to you within that first year of the loan, as the insurance of the loan is not covered. And mind you, this is not the insurance of the car I'm talking about. I'm talking about the insurance of the car loan. So I pick up the phone and I actually call around. I called Scotia, I called Royal, I called Republic. I called all of them and I asked them if they had the same policies. They
Yes.
do.
Well, then that should be explained to you when they do a new one.
Correct. Why are these things not explained?
Yeah.
Yeah, now every day I learn something new, you know.